to this triumphant story of black renaissance, and it's ascent to glory. Academics like to call it double consciousness. I call it melanin-induced confidence. I call it representing every continent and making sure those asleep are now cognizant. Not really a rapper, but limits don't occur to me. Graduated first, Rip Shot University. They trying to figure out which box to put me in. I told them pick anyone and I'll make it bend. Whether in the ghetto or at the symphony, I carry my nash like wives carry Tiffany. They call it inappropriate, I call it history. Make it black as legit as Becky's sanctity. This for my peoples that twerk but still weed. This for my posse that's bright but smoke weed. This for my eyes too limited to see. The black is just as Michelle as Cardi B. The black is just as Lupita as it is me. The black never gets in with the keys. That before we can grow we must receive. All the forms we're blessed to conceive. It's hip hop. 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 Let your tongue form the smooth sounds of ebonics. And when they ask why, tell them that your culture's chronic. Sicker than the flu, but even better yet iconic. Unlike the people trying to copy it, how ironic. If ethnic ain't professional enough for the corporate, don't assimilate, instead readjust the orbit. Put your foe in the center of it and absorb it. And come wash, they throw that ish in the tube. And yes, just as real eyes realize, recognize that Negro eyes, Negro eyes. Put respectability, politics aside, and replace it with a strong stride of black pride. As your ears consume this opera mixed with rap, know where the world is lacking and then fill the gap. Now grab your neighbor's hand and join in as we make a pact to never let our wish to fit and compromise our black. Never compromise our black. I know my history is excellence personified, and if I do embrace it, then that greatness will be multiplied. I promise to reach out to my brethren who forgo the mission. If it's cause they're scared of darkness, get to them to definition. I know black was made to represent all that's bad and evil, only cause power this profound had to be illegal. Attempts to subdue my spirit or enact the violence. I feel like for every long century my voice was silenced. It's hip hop. 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 As your ears consume this opera mixed with rap, it's hip hop. It's hip hop. It's hip hop. It's hip hop. Zakiyyah, another Ronnie Ruff original. It's hip hop.
You are now live with Taji.
Critical hits.
The vision. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's clear. Let's go.
Know these haters praying on my downfall.
I see it.
See me winning cause I got no time off.
Yeah, no matter what I do, I gotta get the cake. Checking on my clock, it ain't gon' stop, I got no time to waste.
Can't let them block my blessings on my vision. Just from my mirror, I'm my only competition.
I see it. No matter what I do, I gotta get the cake. Checking on my clock, it ain't gon' stop, I got no time to waste. I see the vision, I know it's clear. Sitting like a king, ain't worried about a thing. My phone gon' ring, then a bag appears. Who should I
Boston, Massachusetts, +1
We are live.
617-938.
Hey. Hey, you guys. You are live with Taji. Is this Zakiyyah?
Yes, it is.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. If you don't mind, real quick, I just want to, say hi to my WEMS supporters so far because I've been off these past 2 weeks. So
good for you.
Yes. So I definitely want to say, I always say thank you to everybody in the beginning that's been supportive to me thus far. And I want to thank everyone that I have met for 2019 and have grown relationships with and will continue to grow relationships with. I definitely thank for the connection that you and I have. So we have this interview and you are calling from Boston, Massachusetts. And I also have Misha here, right? We're going to get into your interview later. But I definitely wanted to say thank you first and make sure you guys call in 347-422-7289. And make sure you watch us on YouTube. So you're going to go to YouTube, WEMS Radio, and Live with Taji will automatically pop up. And you have another option. You can always download the WEMS Radio app, or just simply go to WEMSradio.com to just automatically tune in, and I got you. But wait, I made it easier. I got that link tree in my bio on Live with Taji, so you could just go right there and watch. Or go to the website. So it makes it easier. So, moving along, how are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good. I'm mad that you can't be here right now. You know, I have family in Massachusetts as well, so I know it's about 3 to 4 hours. So
I know. Next time. For sure.
Yeah, definitely let me know when you're going to be in New York, and we'll just make it happen.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know we are live for a short amount of time, not fully until 10 o'clock. But again, thank you. So I'm just going to go straight into the questions. All right?
Okay.
So
sure.
For those that haven't followed Live with Taji and don't know about you, you are a hip opera artist, correct? Because I kept saying, you know, you have people that say hip opera. It's hip opera, correct?
It's hip opera, right?
Okay, so you're basically, you know, and I know you're a hip opera artist, but a lot of people are just gonna say, "Oh, okay, you just do opera." Right?
Right.
So, and I know that could be super offensive to you. Or are you okay when people just say, "Oh, okay, you sing opera"?
The only reason it doesn't bother me is because, in a sense, opera is kind of what distinguishes me in this field. So I'm like, I'm okay. I let people wait and listen. You know, usually if they say that, it's because they haven't listened yet. So I'm like, okay. I like, you know, I like when people underestimate me so I can prove something.
Right. So I want to talk more about that powerful voice of yours. So when did you find out that your voice was just so powerful? Like, were you just singing one day as a kid and then your voice was, they were just like, "Oh my God"? Or were you older?
No, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I didn't necessarily grow up singing opera. It was one of those things where my parents used to play like a lot of Motown and all that old school good stuff, Patti LaBelle and all that, and I used to sing along to that, so they started getting me performing and stuff. And at first, you know, because they were my parents, they weren't sure if I was actually good or if they just liked me because they were my parents. But then when other stuff started, yeah, right. And then when other people started responding to me, they were like, "Okay, maybe we're on to something. We need to, you know, do something with this."
Okay. So, when did you feel that opera was your calling?
So, to be completely honest, it was kind of forced on me. Okay. just a little bit, because when I was in 8th grade, I was looking to audition for my high school, Boston Arts Academy, Performing Arts High School in Boston. And I was looking for a voice teacher to help me with my audition. And the voice teacher that I found wound up being an opera singer. And I had absolutely no interest in being an opera singer. I was going to be Aretha or somebody. And but I started training with her, and then by the time I started high school, which was a year later, everyone was calling me an opera singer, and then I got an opportunity to be in an opera, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, you know, this is kind of, you know, classy.
A powerful woman coming out on stage with a powerful voice. I would feel like I'm kind of cool too.
Right.
So
I hear you.
I heard you say, you know, that you had, you know, training, voice training. So how do you keep your voice in shape?
So it's very difficult because unlike other physical instruments like that you can just put in a bag or cover or whatever, the voice is always being exposed to all the elements in the air, everything that you eat and all that stuff. So one thing I have to be mindful of is my diet. Certain things really, really trigger or reflux or mucus or things that are just bad for singing, like dairy, lots of sugary drinks. You just,
So if you
can't
was
do
here
that.
right now, you would not be touching the cheese, I see. Because we have cheese, crackers, and salami. So you would be touching the crackers, the salami, or the fruit.
Nope, I couldn't. Not if I was about to sing. Nope. And then, the other aspect of it is just making sure I do my, daily warm-ups and so my voice gets used to being used a certain way. Because that's all singing lessons is. That's all training is getting your voice to being used a certain way so that you don't have to think about it. It happens naturally.
So I'm going to get into what I'm sure everybody wants to know. Because you can have a beautiful voice, but are you not allowed to sing around friends and family? Because, with a powerful voice like that, you can't just go around be singing in the shower like it's nothing. Like, hold up, I can hear you through that wall and the next wall and the next wall. Like, tone it down. And you're like, wait, I didn't even really do anything.
Girl, please, let me tell you, I'm always pissing somebody off. Because I mean, they might tell me I'm not allowed, but that don't mean it's not gonna happen. I mean,
shoot.
I've had a lot of moments where, especially in college, I'm not always aware of how loud I am. And I remember there was a couple of times when people came and knock on my door like, excuse me?
So you had neighbors be like, what the heck is going on? Were you like in the middle of practicing? Or were you like just singing around the house? Like, I just feel like singing today.
Yeah. I mean, but my family, they're so used to me. They're like, they will tell me to shut up, but it's like, it's not like other people where they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like they hear it every day. So they're just like, be quiet, please. I'm trying to watch the TV.
I mean, I'm about to get critical. Have you, because they always say opera singers do this, but have you broken a window or glass? Right? A couple?
I get that question a lot, but you know something? I don't even know if that's a real thing. I've heard people say that, but I've never seen it actually happen. Then again, I have never tried it, so maybe that's something I ought to try. But I
would be like, let me see if I can break that cup right there. Yeah. Oh, that's your favorite cup? Oh, you was messing with me. Woo! Like, done. Done. It ain't your favorite cup no more.
Well, if I ever try it and post it, I have to tag you because it was your idea.
Oh, snap. All right. We're going to call it, I don't know, whatever challenge. Everything is a challenge these days. Hip-hop.
Yep.
Hip-hopera challenge. Bam.
Yes. I love it.
So, for those that aren't familiar, what is the difference between opera and hip-hopera?
So opera is basically, it's for one, it is a way of singing. It's a classical way of singing, but also if you think about the theatrical performance of it, it's pretty much a story where there's singing all throughout the story. It's different from musical theater where you take a break and talk. Through opera, you're like singing everything. You're like, pass the peas, like everything is something.
Oh, she done started. In a little bit, I'm like, okay, you done started. You gotta give us a little something. I mean, because we have your song, but I want people to hear a little something. It could be like 5 seconds, Okay. But I know you did tell me over the phone is different, the hearing quality is not so great.
It is. I can try, but because one thing with opera, because it's so loud, it might be very distorted. I mean, I can try it if you want me to. Do you want me to?
Do y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
We all listen. We in
Okay.
Brooklyn. We gonna be like, hell yeah.
Always ready.
All right.
I'm going
hold
to.
up. Do I need to put the mic, like, push the mic away? Like, I don't know. Like, is it gonna
Well,
come out?
I'm about to back way up from the phone, and hopefully.
We're gonna put the. All right, guys. I'm gonna put the mic to something. I don't know. Should we turn the volume down? I don't know. I'm scared.
Hopefully none of the screens cracking here. We be good.
All right. All right. You ready?
You ready? Okay. I'm backing up from the phone now. Okay.
She fall.
Wow. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope.
Like I was in the theater.
That was dope. So, how long can you hold a note like that? Because I heard that last note when it was just like, it kept going. Like, how long can you hold a note?
I
mean, you don't have to technically say, hey, I've never timed myself, so maybe
I've never timed myself, but I try to have some good breath support.
Gotcha. I've never been to an opera show.
I believe you. A lot of us haven't.
I wanted to, but I never knew somebody that wanted to go.
That's very true. And you know what? I think, too, it's a matter of, being from the inner city in Boston, a lot of people of color just don't really see themselves reflected. So they're not likely to, go that route.
Yeah, I heard that it's more popular in New York because, NYC, there's nothing but theater. Oh, my goodness. So that means, you come to New York often or not as often as you want to?
I'm starting to come more often now. I've kind of transitioned into doing more contemporary stuff, as you know, because you've, heard my stuff. But now that I'm experimenting a little bit more, I'm trying to kind of create my own opportunities so I don't have to necessarily go the traditional route.
Okay.
Because the traditional route can take years to even be recognized or even to get a decent check. So a lot of people think opera automatically means money, but it's only really if you're already at the top. So it takes a little while to get there.
Okay. So if you don't mind, while you're still on the line, I want to play the song that you presented to us, so that way people can hear what hip opera is. All right.
Yeah.
So, before we play it, do you want us to give us like a little history about it, like how, what the process was like, or if it's a new song, or is it a developing album possibly? Yes,
exactly. So, hip opera is actually the first single from an album I'm working on called African Import, and essentially hip opera was born out of my desire to compromise these two worlds that I was a part of and not feeling like I had to choose one. I wanted to put them together and show people that you can create your own lane. You can embrace all aspects of yourself instead of having to feel like you have to choose. And yeah, it was a fun song to make. I'm glad that I found my artistic voice. And I hope that everybody enjoys the song.
Okay. So we're going to get into Shades of Black, the hip opera by Zakiyyah. And everybody tune in to this hip opera. And we'll be right back with you right after.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
It's hip opera. It's hip opera. No, I'm not number one because I'm in my own category. The perfect blend of evident and allegory. The perfect supplement to this triumphant story of black renaissance and its ascent to glory. Academics like to call it double consciousness. I call it melanin-induced confidence. I call it representing every continent and making sure those asleep are now cognizant. Not really a rapper, but the flu, but even better yet iconic. Unlike the people trying to copy it, how ironic. If ethnic ain't professional enough for the corporate, don't assimilate, instead readjust the orbit. Put your fro in the center of it and absorb it. And come wash, they throw that ish in the tub. And yes, just as real eyes realize, recognize that Negro eyes, Negro eyes. Put respectability, politics aside, and replace it with a strong stride of black pride. As your ears consume this opera mixed with rap, know where the world is lacking and then fill the gap. Now grab your neighbor's hand and join in as we make a pact to never let our wish to fit and compromise our black. Never compromise our black. I know my history is excellence personified, and if I do embrace it, then that greatness will be multiplied. I promise to reach out to my brethren who forgot the mission. If it's cause they're scared of darkness, it's an into definition. I know black was made to represent all that's bad and evil, only cause power this profound had to be illegal. Attempts to subdue my spirit or enact the violence I feel like for every long century my voice was silenced. It's hip hop. It's hip hop. It's hip hop.
That was dope. That was dope. Zakiyyah, are you there, Zakiyyah? Oh.
Hey.
Hi. How's it going? So that was a dope song. I heard I'm not even gonna try. Prophet did it for me. But that was dope. You definitely have a beautiful, of course, powerful voice. And you know how a lot of people don't know, there's a lot of famous celebrities out there that use hip-hop as well. And Jay-Z is one of them. So I'm sure you would love to work with Jay-Z if given the opportunity.
Of course.
So anybody from his team listening to Live with Taji right now on WEMS Radio, you know, I can hook you up with Zakiyyah and she could get that hip-hopera happening.
Yes, speak on it.
Yes, yes. So other than Jay-Z, who would you like to perform with?
I think... Well, there's a few people, but I do think that one person that comes to mind is actually Lizzo, because she's a classical flutist. So, you know what I mean? I've seen performances of her where, she'll do her contemporary music and then all of a sudden she'll just bust out and play a classical flute line.
Dang, what's the name of that song? Oh my gosh. I played it so many times, but when she did the award show and then she just bust out and it was just like she did the flute and then she was all dancing with it and stuff.
Yes,
that was dope.
And something funny is because I like to twerk. I do twerk opera too, although that's like a low key thing.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing, or you just made that up?
It is for me. It is for me. I made it up. So that collaboration could work. I could see a little something.
Yeah, I can definitely see that while she twerking and on the flute, you over there, like what I'm saying. That's what's up. So where do you want to be heard more?
Everywhere? No, I'm saying, I think that, I think in general, what I want is to just be able to increase my fan base as much as possible, mainly because I'm such a message-based artist. I have a lot of positive messages in my music, and for me, a message doesn't really mean anything unless people are getting the message. So, if I can spread that message far and wide around the globe, that would be A-okay with me.
Okay. So, the music that you have out now, where can we find it?
Oh, it's on all platforms. YouTube, Apple, Google, wherever there's music to listen to, it's there.
Okay, so Zakiyyah, we got to let everybody know your social media handles, where they can find you. You got to spell it out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So on Facebook, at Miss Zakiyyah, MISSZAKIYYAH. And then on Instagram, I'm at Zakiyyah_official, ZAKIYYAH_official.
Dope. And your music, you said, is on all music platforms or most. Because, you know, there's
All,
Apple, there's Google,
it's
there's
on.
Spotify, there's SoundCloud,
Yes,
Amazon, like, and the list goes on. Title,
yes,
maybe
it's on all of
if
it.
you on Title, you know, Jay-Z will be like,
Yep, it's on Tidal.
Okay.
It is on Tidal.
And the name of the song one more time that we just played?
Shades of Black, the hip opera.
Shades of Black, the hip opera. Got it.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there anything in the works now? Or, you know, that's what's going on now. But, I mean, do you have anything else going on that we need to know about?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot going on.
Well, tell us.
Well, for one, I do have a showcase / meet and greet happening in Boston on the 25th. And then I actually will be in New York at the end of the month because I got a couple of meetings to go to. The good thing is that after Hip Hopper came out and, you know, it started to receive really positive feedback, I got opportunities to work with some different people, but it's all really hush-hush now, so I can't say too much just yet, but good things definitely in the works for sure.
Okay. So we definitely want to get you heard and out there and get you booked and so forth.
Yes, ma'am.
And then once I got introduced to you, I was just like, yeah, hit me up because we got to talk. Not on the station, but, you know, we got to talk. Because I definitely see something happening. But, you know, we going to talk off, you know, off WEMS radio terms. On the low.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you said,
and shout out to Ray for sure for making this introduction.
Yes, Ray. If you listening, I'm not sure if you listening. I was, you know, when you try to find somebody on Instagram and if they have a whole bunch of letters and numbers and all that other stuff, or they change their name or something. Trust, I was looking for his page and I was just like, never mind. You know, because sometimes you gotta work and go through mutual friends and everything like that. And I know he's usually on Instagram. I haven't seen him. But anyway, shout out to you, cuz, for definitely hooking this up. Dope artist. And definitely hope to hear more from you. Shades of Black, the hip opera. And shout out to Boston, Massachusetts. You know, sorry if you guys are trying to call in. We're actually on the line. Phone interview with Zakiyyah. So, you know, sorry the line is blocked just in case I get cursed out after the fact. Like, y'all was trying to call in. What's up? But yeah, I definitely want to say thank you for calling in. Hopefully, let me know we can, you know, hook something up when you come to NYC. And, you know, we can actually have you live on YouTube. And yeah, we definitely got to connect.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for inviting me on the show. It's been a pleasure.
No problem at all. I know it's been in the works, but it's like I've been waiting for January to come. And I hope everybody please continue to tune in, you know, because there's a whole lot more coming up. And yeah, so stay tuned. Follow Zakiyyah _official. So that's Z as in zebra, AKIYYAH _official. And just in case, it is official with 2 F's, all right?
Yeah.
You know, you have to say that sometimes, you know?
You know, yeah, well.
So, we'll definitely stay in touch. Thank you for calling in. And you are live with Taji on WEMS Radio from Boston, Massachusetts, here in NYC. And we'll be back after the break. And I got my girl Misha here. You ready?
I am ready, but my mother is calling.
Oh, shoot. Tell Mom to call back.
It's hip hop. It's hip hop. It's hip hop. Zakiyyah, another Ronnie Rough original. It's hip hop.
With all my guys, took my L's to build my rise. Hoping that the Lord will change my life. Get on my knees and pray, wasting no days away. Gotta get to it right now. Get on my mindset when the pockets. Getting all this money, popping all them checks.
Stacking up blue faces till it's diamonds on my neck. Niggas ride for that bread, grab a ride for my respect. B.O.B. to the death, yeah, I die for my set.
That shit to come and dolo with the solo. I don't need no introduction cause they know them. I'm getting paper, getting money like that photo. From the BX, that's Jada, get them dolo, that dolo. I'm the realest, they can feel it. Turn me up on the radio so all y'all can hear it. I don't give a fuck, I feel that music in my spirit. I could get a beat and I could rock it, I could wear it with it through. And niggas know that I'm the fucking truth, it's the real. And I ain't about no small change, I'm about them fucking bills. And I be with the B.O.P. we squatty, keep it real. And bags of billion niggas know they feel us, we can rent it.
Getting all this money, popping all them checks. Stacking up blue faces till it's diamonds on my neck. Niggas ride for that bread, grab a ride for my respect. B.O.B. to the death, yeah, I die for my set.
B.O.B. we on scene with no scheme. We be chillin', matter of fact, we be cold, got ice cream. Niggas know that when they see us, we be like a dream. I be staying hardcore, some niggas say that I'm mean. Ain't no dirty shit cause I be coming clean. I'm the princess, matter of fact, no, I'm the queen. When they see me, this be like a fucking dream. I be coming with a plan, now I got schemes. Matter of fact, I ain't no rat, but I got cheese. I be chasing paper, I get that checks like nigga, please. I be chasing checks, I get that money, get that green. B.O.B. we the team, B.O.B. we the team.
Getting all this money, popping all them checks. Stacking up blue faces till it's diamonds on my neck. Niggas ride for that bread, grab a ride for my respect. B.O.B. to the death, yeah, I die for my set.
For anybody tryna bring war to me, tell them to get off of me. By my dolly how I'm supposed to be, cause nobody ever. This for anybody tryna bring war to me, tell them to get off of me. By my dolly how I'm supposed to be, cause nobody ever fought for me. This for anybody tryna bring war to me. I'm prepared for the casualties. No, I don't know why you calling me, so they better get up off of me. This for anybody praying on my downfall, cause they wanna see me lose, cause they wanna see me snooze. Front page paper or the news. Crackers wanna see me on the news. My ex wanna see me with the head. So-called bros hate the way I live. I never did understand all this fake-ish. I used to try to escape-ish. Now when I see a clown, I rise up like Pennywise and embrace it. Look in my eyes, I ain't blinking. Willis, what you talking, what you thinking? I see you watching my formula crusty crab in the barrel, you plankton. What do you see in my eyes? You think I'm a fraud or a hoe in disguise? You think when I said that I did it, I lied? When you heard me rap, you said it wasn't mine? Just cause you bad, well, challenge through ain't like don't mean you could challenge mine. Give me my respect, I had to grind. It go sound like this, so my old friends jump shit. Then my new ones came aboard. Then my ex tried to jump shit, but before she did, I threw her overboard. It's a cycle that made me psycho. When you go to war, people that was supposed to be your light post, well, I'm draws with it. This for anybody tryna bring war to me, tell them to get off of me. By my dolly how I'm supposed to be, cause nobody ever fought for me. This for anybody tryna bring war to me. I'm prepared for the casualties. No, I don't know why you calling me, so they better get up off of me. Yeah.
Nope, that's not my man. Nope, that's not my hubby. He's my big buddy. My big buddy, he my big buddy. My big buddy, he my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. See, that's my shorty, but he really not my shorty. stay in the crib and hold it down for me. He do sweet, tell me that he love me. But in the streets, he just my big buddy. He ain't with taking pics, he barely holds my hand. I say, let's take a pic. He says, not for the gram, people know who I am. Besides, he ain't my man, it's already understood, baby girl. You understanding me? I'm with the streets, can't do relationships. He could hit, do a dip, pay a bill. Reap the benefits, don't have to hear shit. Where I'm going, who I'm with. Ain't no fight, ain't good. We take trips out of town with all food and some loud. We vacate and get money. Ain't my man, that's big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He my big buddy, my big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He stimulated like scalp on tea tree. Keep my legs around his like C&E. Body keep him hypnotized on B.I.G. On my bigger belt, he know I'm wavy. Could never play me, better chance playing lotto. He stuck on the way I'm on like a El Dorado. Keep his tight like a punchline from Votto. Keep my finger in his mouth like Griselda Blanco. My big buddy with me. Catch a case if I tell him to pull up for me. He hold me down like Moon Logic Commissary. Conjugal, I'll be the first chick that he marry. But that's a dub, no ring, no, that ain't hubby. Not my man, not my shorty, just big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He my big buddy, my big buddy. My big buddy, my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me.
If he hold it down, he the big buddy. If he spending bands, that's the big buddy. If we taking trips, that's the big buddy. Big buddy, big buddy. Only bust it open for your big buddy. Your big buddy, your big buddy. Only bust it open for your big buddy. Your big buddy, your big buddy.
Yeah. Fly J.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
This is Key Productions on the track.
The club about to shut down, shorty, what you tryna do? Because all night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approached you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. Yeah, club going up on any day of the week, that's what's up. And VIP all the time in the cut. Break all the dress code rules when we want. Yeah, your boyfriend the chump, he should be happy that he ain't get snuffed. His girl was hyped when she saw us pull up. And when we left, she rolled out with us. Yeah, my God, the after party's the best parties. Lottie Dottie, there's a stripper pole, get naughty. I won't tell nobody, sipping no coke and Bacardi. Dancing the body party is going down. I'm about to shut down, shorty, what you tryna do? Because all night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approached you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. Everybody. Yeah,
We about to take it to the after party. Bitches getting butt naked at the after party. Got it shaking at the after party. Like a Jamaican at the after party. Leave your phone in the box though. Can't take it to the after party. Better follow the rules though. We won't make it to the after party. Keep it discreet at the after party. Never know who you gon' meet at the after party. Act a fool at the after party. No baby soup, but it's a pool at the after party. Found a diamond in the rough, baby. And you a jewel at the after party. So I don't see nobody else. It's only me and you at the after party.
House could shut down, shorty, what you tryna do? Because all night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approached you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. Yeah.
Hey, and we are back live with Taji on WEMS Radio. Jay almost caught me when I was still, chewing on some crackers. So I had to hurry up. Okay. But anyway, for those that were tuning in previously, thank you. That was Zakiyyah_official. She is a hip hopper artist. Make sure y'all follow her. ZAKIYYAH_official. And if you can't remember, you can just make sure you follow and see on Live with Taji. We good? So, Miiz Misha.
Why are you giving me these
How you doing?
eyes? I'm good. How are you?
She got her PowerPoint
Yes,
out.
she's always ready.
You ready, huh? You just come prepared. All right. So, Miiz Misha of Openly Positive.
Yes.
Right? So, of course, I'm going to ask you questions that I know the answer to. But then there's a lot of listeners that swear they know and don't really know and are afraid to ask. And even myself, sometimes I've been afraid to ask because you don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean? So, but I'm happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and make sure you give us your social media handles as well.
I will. Mm-hmm. So, my name is Tamisha Isaac, and I go by the handle of Miiz Misha. So, it's MIIZ MISHA 721. And Openly Positive on Instagram. And also, you can find me on Facebook. I have a group.
Okay.
Women's group. It's a closed women's group for women who are positive, mainly, where you can talk, discuss our issues, come up with plans on how we can help each other go through this struggle of being HIV positive.
Right.
And especially in a society where stigma is fear-driven and ignorance-driven.
Yes.
So we huddle together and we come up with ideas and plans on how we can eradicate that.
And spread more awareness of it and
Absolutely.
less ignorance.
Absolutely.
More awareness, less ignorance. Right?
You got it.
So, tell us on WEMS Radio, those listening, right? So, you are HIV positive advocate, humanitarian, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, all that good stuff in one, right?
Right.
You also have a website.
I do. My website is www.openlypositive.com.
Okay. So tell us briefly what AIDS and HIV are.
So AIDS is a condition that comes about when HIV is left untreated. So,
got it.
For those who don't know, well, everybody's seen the movie
Jay,
Philadelphia.
can we hear Misha clearly? I want to make sure we can hear her clearly.
Can you hear
I'll
me?
make sure no one misses out on any information.
We can hear her. She's good.
Yeah?
All right.
Good.
Okay.
So, if you've seen the movie Philadelphia, you've seen how, AIDS were back in the 80s and in the early 90s. And 2000, you'll be surprised. People are still dying from AIDS, but it's not because of the same issues that was happening in the 90s and in the early 80s. People are dying because of fear. By the time they do they don't want to know their status, so therefore they don't go
and get
themselves checked, or probably they know and they don't want to go to a clinic and take medications because they fear of cultural fear
and embarrassment. Like, you're going to the doctor to get treatment. They're supposed to treat you, but
they died from it because it's left untreated, and now you have all these opportunistic infection, pneumonia, wasting, and a slew of different things that actually breaks down your immune system, and you're left unprotected, and now you die.
Wow, that was just straightforward. Now, HIV.
So HIV is a virus, and again, left untreated, it can turn into AIDS, and now they call AIDS stage 3 HIV, so they treat it somewhat like a cancer.
Okay.
So HIV is manageable with antiretroviral medications. Back then, they were called cocktails. You had to take anywhere from 10 to 20 pills now,
wow,
you can take one antiretroviral therapy and take it properly, on time, with food, or however prescribed. When you get your blood works, it can be undetectable, therefore you can't transmit it to anybody.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yes. Of course I'm going to be learning, because, things change over time, right? So I just learned that. Evolved. And I remember, it's a whole bunch of pills. Now it's just one. And you have to be consistent, right? You have to make sure you take it every day.
Every day, absolutely.
Same time?
Same time or around the same time.
You have to eat.
Well, for me, I do. I have to take mine with food. Because if I don't, then I'll be sick.
Got you. So there's different reactions if you don't take it. Okay. So you basically already told us what the difference is. Now, can it be transmitted if you're taking your meds every day?
So if you take your medication, right? So let me just break that down.
Okay.
So if you're HIV positive, you take your medication every day. You go to your 3 to 6 months doctor visit appointment, which you're supposed to be in care, right? If you're not in care, please get in care. It'll save your life.
Okay.
But if you are, once you go get your blood, they do a full physical, full blood work. They check for everything.
Okay.
And when that blood work come back, it tells you how much your T cells is. So if you have a T cell count that's above 200 and above, and you have a viral load that's undetectable, your chances of transmitting HIV is slim to none.
Okay, so that's if it's 200 and above.
Above your T cells.
Now, what if it's under?
Now if you're below, if your T cells is below 200, you're considered an HIV 3-stage AIDS diagnosis.
Wow.
You can still live if you're taking your medication. And I'm not, I don't know the dynamics.
Right. Yeah, because it gets very critical. Yeah.
Right. But I do know that if you have a T cell 200 and below, you automatically get an AIDS diagnosis.
So before we get in even more depth of this, right, with AIDS and HIV, definitely bringing awareness to everybody listening. This is my first show of January, so first show of the year. And I want to tell my listeners why I decided to have you on my show today. Well, of course, because of our scheduling. And I really wanted to have you on last month, because I know last month was HIV Awareness Month.
World AIDS Day, December 1st, World AIDS Day.
Oh, she got it together. So it made sense to have you on last month, but, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, I was just like, listen, I'm not going to be here. And, of course, with your schedule as well, Yeah. But that's why I wanted to have you on the first show of the year. Thank you for being here. And I understand this is what you do outside of course, being on radio. You're an advocate, and I definitely looked at your page and stuff. So, but I definitely appreciate you coming here to talk about it, because everyone doesn't talk in every platform. You can be okay with talking in front of others, but not on radio.
Right.
So I definitely want to thank you.
Well, for me, it's imperative that in 2020, people are comfortable having a conversation about HIV. Because that's the only way you learn, and that's the only way that people will be aware and know what to do, what not to do, and possibly get themselves checked.
Yeah.
And if you do get checked, whatever the results is, know that you're not alone.
Right.
I know a lot of people still feel like they're alone, and there are people who I've known for years who are positive. I've evolved and they haven't, because they're still stuck in a mindset of woe is me and I can't be nothing, I can't be nobody, I can't get a man, I can't do this, I can't do that, and that's so far from the truth.
I get it. But look, y'all hearing some good stuff right now and some great knowledge. How about that? So if you have any questions or if you want to call in, please make sure you call 347-422-7289. Right? Y'all know the rhythm. 347-422-7289. 347-422-7289. 347-422-7289. And make sure you watch us on YouTube. We are live until 10. Or you can tune in, WEMSradio.com. But call in. Don't be afraid to ask any questions.
Definitely don't
be afraid. We got you. That's why we have Misha here tonight to answer your questions. I'm about to just throw them at you.
Come on, let's go, Taji.
All right, so you was already going into what I wanted to discuss later on in regards to a lot of people feel like pretty much like their life is over.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, I'm HIV positive. Oh, my God. Like, what am I going to do now? I'm not going to be able to meet somebody, get in a relationship, have sex. You know, let's take it back. When I was younger and we first learned about it, it was this whole thing like, oh my God, you can't shake hands, and if there's an open wound, be careful, and you can't share utensils, you can't share the toilet, like so many things we've heard growing up. So please tell us. For the record.
First of all, HIV is not transmitted.
Oh, we got a call. So I throw the number. Okay, we ready.
Got it.
There you go.
Hey, you are live with Taji. What's good?
Hey, ladies.
Hey, may I ask who's calling?
So this is Erica, and I'm actually calling from New York, and I have a couple of questions for Mish. I am so happy to see you on WEMS.
Wait, you gotta wave. Are you watching or are you listening? Because she's waving at YouTube camera.
So I was watching on my YouTube channel, but I'm using my phone to watch it, so I'm not watching it right now. But
okay,
I'll just watch a little replay.
Aww.
So here is my question.
Okay.
For Mish, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story and sharing your strength and positivity. I am wondering, how do you deal with people who are ignorant? Like ignorant to HIV and AIDS altogether, that entire community, wanting to learn, wanting to get tested. How do you deal with ignorance?
So I welcome ignorance, actually, and that's one of Taji's questions to me. I love it when someone don't know, because that gives me an opportunity to educate them if they're willing and open to hearing what I have to say. And
right.
I'm Tamisha. Hello.
Oh.
I am gorgeous. I am beautiful.
You are.
And I own and deserve all this independence and strength that I'm exuding right now.
Right.
Because I've lived for so long thinking that I couldn't be who I really am. I couldn't be openly positive. No one would love me. No one would like me. I felt like a big damn pink elephant in a room every time. And when people are ignorant, it gives me an opportunity for me to say, hey, look, I'm positive. Do you still feel the same way about positive people? Because most of the time when they do say that, they've never encountered a positive person. They don't even know what that is or what that looks like. They're thinking that for you to be positive, your skin is gray, or you're diluting or dying by the wayside somewhere. And that is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
So far from the truth. So for me, I welcome it.
Okay, Erica. So what is your second question?
Well, that was really my main question, because I just feel so many people don't care to learn or assume like, oh, you can't even kiss someone, who is positive in any way, or there's such judgment and there's such a stigma attached to this, and it causes people to feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I just really wanted to know your viewpoint on that, because there's so many people struggling with that, more so than the people who are accepting to it. You know what I mean? Or who are at least trying to learn more about it.
Right. Well, we definitely appreciate that, and we thank you for calling in.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys have a great rest of your show. I'll be watching.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. So as far as the ignorance, when people feel like HIV is a bad thing, AIDS is a bad thing, like, oh my God, like you have, like, you know what I mean? How, like, Erica asked a great question, like, how do you deal with somebody that's all like, oh my God, like, what? You have
it's
what?
It's funny, right? Because, okay, not to put anybody out there, but I was at an event.
Okay.
And this person, we were having a casual conversation. So I met this person at an event, and then I met them again at a second event, and it's like, oh wow, I've seen you twice in a row, and we were all girls gathered around talking about men and stuff like that, and this person
New York
said,
okay,
let me finish that though. Let me finish that. This person goes on to say, oh, I don't want no man who cheats on me because then he comes up with the AIDS baby. So, I'm like, what do you mean AIDS baby? What does that mean?
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, we're gonna get back into
Yes,
that.
hi.
Hi, you are live with Taji. What's good? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you are live with Taji. How are you?
Oh, yes. Hi. How you doing? I just wanted to call. It's a great show. But I wanted to talk in particular to your guest.
Okay.
She's absolutely amazing. A hero to many. And we just want to send you love and light from Jamaica, Queens.
Oh,
Misha,
shout out
you
to
are
Queens.
absolutely amazing. Thank you for your strength, your courage, your valor. Continue to keep going. We got your back.
Thank you.
That's dope.
Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Kev. We appreciate that.
Salute.
Yes, I hope you continue to tune in because I got some questions rolling.
He tuned out.
Okay, he tuned out. All right, so back until you was in a group of,
we were in a group
of women
together.
talking about men.
Right.
And then she said that.
She was like, she can't deal with the F-boys because they come with the AIDS baby. So I'm like, what does that mean, though? What does that mean, AIDS baby? So then she went into her whole details. So I laughed. And my friend, she's watching. Sabrina, you know where I'm going with this.
Uh-oh.
So we both looked at each other, and I said, well, I'm HIV positive. She started, oh, I'm so sorry. I love you. I didn't mean it like that. Just, I hope you're not offended. I'm not offended, but we have to be mindful and be impeccable with our words and what we say. That's another reason why I am the way how I am, because I was intentional with my life 2 years ago.
Right.
I had to make a conscious decision. I was either going to perish or I was going to rise and live, because I have 2 little boys who are HIV negative, who are watching right now, and who look up to me.
Right.
Like, they look up to me to give them life, to give them hope. And if I'm going to just be in this woe is me state, what am I teaching these boys?
Right.
What am I teaching them? We have to be very intentional, very mindful, and very impeccable with the words that we use.
But you know what? I've learned as well, because a lot of people aren't raised the way we were. And some people just vomit at the mouth. And when you vomit at the mouth, sometimes it's just pure ignorance. You know what I'm saying? But I always have to say, you don't think the way I do, I don't think the way you do. So I try to, but it's hard sometimes. Hi, you are live with Taji. What's good?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. I have a great guest on the show with me tonight.
Yes, I see that.
Uh-oh, so that means you watching us on YouTube.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so do you want to say your name, and do you have a statement or a question?
Yes. My name is Chris, and I have a few questions.
Okay.
My first question is Misha single?
Oh, Chris, bye.
Oh! Shot down. Shots fired. Where's the shots fired? Boom, boom, boom.
What's up, boo? Nah. So I do have a question, though.
Okay.
So let's say a person tests positive, right? What is the procedures after that? Does the doctor give the phone numbers and helplines and things like that? What's the procedure after that?
So the process, right? So when you go and you get tested, and you do a preliminary test, right? Now I'm getting medical.
Because they just want to make sure.
Right? And then the second thing is to get a confirmatory test. Once you get that confirmatory test, that states that you are for sure 100% HIV positive, now you have to go to a navigator. That navigator's job is to help you stay with you all day if possible, right? Until you get everything that you need. So that means referral to a primary care doctor.
New York, New York. +1
referral
347
to
358
an agency
7021.
out a CBO, which is a community-based organization, where you can go for group therapy and whatever else you may, social services that you may need. So those are the first steps.
Wow.
And then after that, of course, you could come talk to your girl, Coach Miiz Misha. She's gonna help you get your
it
life
together
and not sink into depression, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
We're left after all this has happened. We're left alone, and then that's what happened. That's where I was for 5 years.
And
5
depression.
years plus.
Wow.
It's not a good place to be in. When you know that you have somebody who can guide you, who can tell you, like, look, yes, you have this diagnosis, but you don't have to stay stuck here.
Right.
This is what you do to move on. Your life still goes on. You wake up every day. You got breath every day, so therefore you can move on.
Nice.
Okay? And
Definitely.
get your life together.
Get your life.
Those are the steps. So for me, if we have any people who are in a health department that's listening, those are the process that I would love seeing. Not just the navigator, and then you're dropped off, and then you got all these doctor's appointments, and then you're left by the wayside.
Right.
Shots fired. Boom, boom, boom.
Chris, thank you for calling.
I know he said he had a few, but
You're welcome, love.
But
thank you for having me.
no problem. Please continue to tune in.
Yes.
So I guess one more question. We could take a quick break. Time is just flying by. Can you believe a half hour just went by? Like,
have a good night, Chris. Thank
yes,
you for calling.
have a great night.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Good night, lady.
It says you're such a strong woman.
Aw, shout out to
Thank you,
Erica.
Thank you, Erica. I love you. Thank you.
So I want to make sure I get these questions covered.
New York.
Goodness.
That's somebody that just said that they were trying to call.
Okay, let's just answer this real quick. Hi, you are live with Taji. What's good? We over on WEMS with Misha here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's Sabria, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hi, Bria. I just called your name.
How are you?
Sabria. Hold on, let me put my other headphone in because the audio, the audio on the YouTube is different from the phone. So I'm like, let me stop listening to the YouTube and just listen to y'all.
So you have a question or a like a quick shout out, like, "Hey, girl, proud of you," whatever. I can see you, like.
Yes, I have a statement and then I have a question.
Okay.
So first of all, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You already know that you inspire me every single day to be myself, no matter what comes my way. Like I'm watching God just bless you as you continue to walk forward. So I am truly proud of you. And welcome here. And my question is, have you forgiven the person that gave you
Dang, I didn't even get to ask how
virus?
it happened. So just answer that question without telling us the story before. Okay.
I am. I did. I had to forgive him because I had to forgive him in order for me to move on with myself, my life. I had to.
Yeah.
So yes, I did. And I saw him since
Shut your mouth.
What?
Since being diagnosed, I did.
You ain't killed. I
didn't.
I know it takes a lot. Like, you know.
I didn't.
Gotta forgive.
Yeah.
How was that experience? Look, are we allowed to ask more than one question?
I mean, you know.
It was
crazy.
Very weird because, of course, he indirectly said that he knew. That was before I was public about who I was.
Right.
He saw me. I just had my second son. He was a baby, and he was driving past, and he stopped. left his car, talked to me briefly, and I was like, okay, bye, I gotta go. And as I was walking off, he was like, oh, Tamisha, stop acting like that. You know that we share something special. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
Oh, hell no. Wow. So that right there.
He needs to get punched in his mouth, okay?
To let me know that he knew exactly what he was doing. And then I just left him alone.
Wow.
You good.
All right. Yeah, you good. But I thank you for calling in, Sabia. And,
yes.
You know, we're going to take a quick break and then come back. I don't think we're gonna get into shit stirring tonight because you know this phone and I got a whole bunch of questions. So thank you so much for calling in. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
So I typically take a 10-minute break, but in this case I'm gonna take a 5 because I definitely want to get all these questions out. All right, so.
That was good.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we are live with Taji on WEMS Radio from 8 to 10 with Miiz Misha. What's your social media platform?
So Miiz Misha 721.
I'm over here like,
hopefully positive on Instagram. And Miiz Misha 721 group on Facebook. And www.openlypositive.com. My website. All right. Oh my God.
Ugly. Yo, listen, man. You ain't out here making your own independent moves and guiding your youth in the same direction. Use the whole phone. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. Addicted to the lavish stuff, the baggies for bragging rights. Mix the boy with the girl, hit the fiends with hermaphrodite. No, the next king, I smoke the best strange with chest pains. The leg spring, separate your organs from the membrane. East New York in my veins, soon as you aim, I bang back. Enough clout to put Fifth and John on the same track. Probably could've made tax and choice shoot the one on. Certified in the slums, ain't a strip I couldn't pump on. Seen niggas get done off, war scars, now it's your turn. Heat to your chest, give niggas much more than heartburn. I'ma watch y'all earn, then I'm sending the goons later. I walk around with dead niggas' jewels, I'm a tomb raider. Removed haters, always kept the toolie for screw face. Niggas that'll ride for the guard, they crusaders. A-where you find us, the ghetto's behind us. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, I have your blinds shut. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. Listen, nigga, wisen up, don't go for the glory. Cops will find holes in your corpse and look for holes in my story. I'm from East New York, homie, know your role outside. Your tongue will be stuck to the pole cause it's cold outside. And at the same time, too hot to even post outside. Who's this new 4-5 have your soul on rise? Niggas took over high rises, paid workers way blow. Never ask for names, cause when detained I don't say those. I push the range roll, get lame sold and lay low. Stake the precinct out to see how boys looking plain clothes. Got the game sold with the nickel diamonds mad at me, cause I brought more weight than the elevator's capacity. And what the fuck you think we out here bubbling grams for? Get my brother bail up so he ain't stuck in the can long. Where I'm from, there's cook up instead of books in the jam sport. What makes it more fucked up, the nigga Trump is the landlord. I'm from the right, nigga. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. Think you enough for an interview, man. Punching the fucking clock, sweating for the next. I'm done. I'm gonna invest in myself. Stupid motherfuckers. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. A nigga came from nothing, so I had to be a hustler. Flashbacks was tragic, hustlers bagging up the butter. This for all my real niggas that was trapped up in the gutter. I got y'all.
The working man is a sucker. What kind of man is you? What kind of man is you? Noise Anonymous. East New York. That niggas know what it is. Ugly. I'm done.
Best thing about a girl, well, shorty is your whole world. Baby, you my everything. Baby, you my everything. Compare the life to the love, and girl, you know I'm heaven sent like the white on the dove. I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right by my lady. Put it on my heart, girl, you know that you my baby. You know that you my baby. You know that you my little boo, what up? I'm trying to fly where you ain't never flown. Take you different places you ain't never gone. If loving you is right, I ain't never wrong. And we gon' get it on to the early morn. Shorty know I'm attached, put my location in her phone so she know where I'm at, and I'ma keep it real. And shorty, you know the deal, I'm fantasizing for real, for everything that you feel. Better days when we all alone, it's the coolest vibe. Bumping Ricky Blaze, thinking about just you and I. You make me feel like I ain't never felt, and I only want you and nobody else. You know it's our time and it's the right time. I put my soul on it, you my lifeline. You mean the world to me, you my baby girl. Little boo, everything, I'ma change your world. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right as a king. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean, I'ma give you everything. Long life I'm trying to live, I'ma show you what it is, you don't ever have to worry again. Can't nobody do you foul, swear to God I'll hunt them down, and you'll never have a worry from them. And I'ma change the perspective, we could got each other, all we needed was direction. Yeah, I made mistakes, but you helped me with correction. We was meant to be, this is something I don't question. The hardest things bring us closer, your presence is the greatest, all I needed was some closure. Grab you by your hand and do right like we're supposed to. I'ma be the man that's gonna show you off and post you. I wanna fall in love with you, long nights in the tub with you, booty rubs for you. I wanna make love to you, nobody else, so I'm stuck with you. You the love of my life. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right as a king. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean, I'ma give you everything. Compare the life to the love, and girl, you know I'm heaven sent like the white on the dove. I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right by my lady. Put it on my heart, girl, you know that you my baby. You know that you my you know that you my you know that you my baby. That's it.
And we are back live with Taji, and I'm hoping you did not miss all the great questions and answers we had in regards to Misha, who is on live with Taji tonight, and you are an openly HIV positive advocate, right? Yes. Coach. I am. And so I want to continue on with the questions. And hopefully, I know we're gonna get a lot of calls, but I definitely want to get these questions out and hopefully get all of them answered by 10 o'clock. All right, so I know you said there's preventative care. So there's a pill that you have to take, but you have to be consistent. And if you don't take care of it, HIV can turn into AIDS, right?
If HIV left untreated, yes, it can in turn become AIDS.
Okay. So I'm going to get deep into it right now in regards to the whole ignorance part. And I'm sure a lot of people heard a lot of tales on, oh, you shouldn't sit even next to somebody that has HIV. Don't shake their hand. Don't hug them. Don't let them breathe on you. Don't share utensils. Like, I've heard that, in school, because you know how kids are. Like, we're older now, so we know better. But when you're younger, you don't know any better.
Right.
And then there's also kids that I know of that were born with HIV.
Right.
So it's not like some people be like, oh my God, how did you let that happen? Do you know how many times you can sleep with someone that you fully trust, be in a monogamous relationship, or you think you are, and they transmit something to you? It can happen like that. So, you know, for those listening in, like, you know, ignorance is crazy. Mm-hmm. And you can't state what you don't know. You know, everybody's going around facts. So don't be shooting out with facts if you don't have them. Right? If you don't have them. And, you know, be mindful of the people that you are around. You don't know. And there's not a lot of openly positive people that are in a group setting and someone says something ignorant about AIDS baby or whatever, like you had mentioned earlier. Some people will be like, oh my God, like I feel uncomfortable. Now I feel like going in the shower right now because I just, you know, or it could have been, oh, I've been sheltered, like I didn't want to be around people. Now I feel free enough to go out and socialize, and now this is my first time finally socializing, and this is the first conversation I'm having. Like, be mindful if you were in that situation. And then, you know, I hate when people say, I will never, ever be in that. Never say never. Okay? Because it can't just happen. So how can it be transmitted? Let's just go straight there.
So, HIV is transmitted through sexual intercourse.
Is that the only way, or?
And we have, so let's just talk about the bodily fluids, right? Mm-hmm. That transmit HIV. Let's start there.
Okay.
So we have semen, mm-hmm. right? Vaginal fluid, anal fluid, and I say breast milk because in 2017, when the CDC came out with the U equals U campaign, mm-hmm. the U equals U mean undetectable equals untransmittable, right?
Okay.
If you want more information on that, you can go to the cdc.gov and you can get all the facts on that, or your health department website. They were saying that they're questioning now if breast milk is actually or truly a factor. Mm. So it's still there, it's still on the list, but it's being questioned now.
So I heard you say earlier that you have two sons that are HIV negative.
I do. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay, so shout out to them. Hello. Right. So I'm sure a lot of people have heard, which I have, like they always feel like if you are HIV positive that you automatically transfer it to your children.
So first of all, with my first pregnancy, I didn't know that I was pregnant. I thought that I actually was food poisoning. For real. With my ex-husband. No, seriously, we really did. I thought that I was food poisoning. And the medical assistant was like, just do a pregnancy test on her just to see. And lo and behold, I wasn't food poisoning. I was pregnant.
Right.
So with that, my doctor at the time, I was on a particular medication that I could have harmed my baby. So he took me off mm-hmm. that medication, and then he put me on a medication that I was on until recently.
Okay.
And I was on that medication with both my kids. And when my kids were born, for the first 6 months of their lives, they also was on antiretroviral. So they had my antibodies. So technically they were positive, but then they were converted into their own antibodies, and they're now HIV negative.
Got it.
I know I went all medical on that,
yeah, but I got it. So it's not true that if you're HIV positive that your child would also be HIV positive, but it can be a possibility that they can.
So this is the ratio. They say out of every 10 women, 1 of them actually pass it on. But of course, we have to look at the history of that woman too. She's either not taking care of herself. If she is on antiretroviral medication, she's probably using or have some co-occurring disorder, and those things play a major factor in keeping up with your appointments, keeping up with your medication, and adhering to it. So therefore, that's a major factor in transmitting.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm not sure if everyone's seen the movie Philadelphia, which you mentioned earlier with Tom Hanks, and he had AIDS. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but when it came out, I saw it so many times. But it's so long; it's like 3 hours, I think. But where I'm going at with this is seeing that movie makes you think that that's what it's about and how he had lesions and everything like that. So as far as the AIDS perspective, right? Is it true like that you would tend to have lesions, or it's not true? Because I know you're openly HIV positive, right. But I know AIDS is a different. It's like a stages.
Once it reach AIDS stage, again, if you're not on medication. So earlier I mentioned about below 200. So if you're below 200 and you get an AIDS diagnosis, you always have an AIDS diagnosis. That never goes away. Okay. That's on your medical record. That's what it is. It never goes away. Okay. Right? But you're on medication. So therefore now in 2020, you can have an AIDS diagnosis and be on medication. Right? Now, if you do have an AIDS diagnosis not on medication, now that's totally different. Gotcha. You're going to have those lesions. You're going to have those sores in your mouth. You're going to be deteriorating. You're going to pretty much die. Because now there's nothing left to fight. Like there's nothing, you have no antibody left in your body to fight off anything. So now you're left open for opportunistic infections such as pneumonia and all these other things to get you, and there's no cure. So there's nothing.
So do you know what the percentage rate is like in New York?
So the CDC has not they have not have accurate numbers, right?
Of course.
So it's always an approximate, and this is from 2016. So that means that 2017, 2018, and 2019 numbers are not on there. But for now, there's
Uh-oh.
Y'all ready?
I don't know.
1.6 million.
In New York?
People in the U.S.
Okay, in the U.S.
In the U.S. living with HIV. In 2017, only 38,000 people were newly diagnosed with HIV. And this is all in the U.S. And the percentage of people with HIV by ages is from 13 to 24 is 3.5% out of that number. And out of each number is per 100,000. 14.9% ages 25 to 34. 19.1% ages 35 to 44. 31.2% ages 45 to 54. 31.2% ages 55 and above. This information can be found on the CDC website, also on AIDSView.org.
Wow.
AIDSVU.org. You can put in any state, any county, anywhere in the U.S., and it will pop up and tell you the percentage.
Wow. So do you know the highest percentage rate overall? Like, is it New York? Is it U.S.? Is it another country?
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So in New York, approximately 1.8 thousand people living with HIV in New York. This is New York. Y'all hear that number? That's a lot.
That is.
43.9% of them are black. 34.2% Hispanic or Latinx. 17.5% white. 72.4% of that is male. 24.6% of that is female.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
So right now, in 2020, but this dated back from 2016. They don't have an update. According to the CDC, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with 44.7% is the highest, leading with new cases of HIV right now. The second is Miami, Florida. The third is New Orleans. The fourth is Jacksonville. Jackson, Mississippi, Orlando, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia with 25.9.
Damn.
All these numbers are per 100,000, and this information can be found on the CDC.gov website.
Ooh, y'all heard that? Damn. Yes.
I really do got a question.
Okay.
I don't even know if y'all can really hear me. Jay, you can hear me? I know I talk loud and stuff.
Yeah, you're picking up.
All right, cool. So, you know, I'm a television watcher, but not when people regularly watch television. But with the TV show How to Get Away with Murder, there was the one individual, I can't remember his name, that was HIV positive, and his partner, which they ended up getting married throughout the series. Oliver, and what's the other guy's name?
I forgot.
The other guy's name. There is preparation medication that if you are with someone that is HIV positive.
So we're going to get in that. I have that information.
Right, that's what I wanted to talk. I just wanted to make sure that we touched on it because I think that
that's important.
You saying that you're openly positive, having a conversation with an individual. Absolutely. You never, to me, honestly, you never choose who you fall in love with.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the situation is, as long as you're openly honest with me. Let me make the decision to continue to move forward.
Absolutely.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted you to touch on that.
Absolutely. So to answer your question, there is a medication for non-HIV positive people who are in a relationship with an HIV positive person. Okay. And that medication is called PrEP. Okay. And it's pre-exposure prophylaxis. And what it is an anti-HIV medication that keeps an HIV negative person from becoming infected with HIV.
So does that mean we can have sex raw? I'm just gonna go straight into it.
I'm not. Nobody's gonna go say, "Oh,
yeah, just go ahead and do it." I know. I get it.
This is what I was taught. This is what I was trained to say.
Right.
It's not PrEP or condom. It's PrEP and condom.
Gotcha.
Right. So people are gonna do what they want to do anyway. People are gonna do them. They're gonna do what they want to do. However, if we want to stay safe at all times, it's PrEP and condom.
Gotcha.
It's not PrEP or condom. And there's also like a morning after pill for people who don't know. It's called NPEP. So that it's
like a plan.
It's a plan B.
Okay.
But if you had an encounter and the person was positive and you guys slip up or whatever, you can take NPEP and you have to take it within 72 hours, and that's a post-exposure prophylactics.
And do you know if that's behind the counter or?
Actually, you could go to any pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
Walgreens, CVS sell them.
But then people will.
If you go up to you gotta go up to the pharmacist. Or you
have so it is behind. Okay, over the counter. I'm saying behind because it is
it's
behind
the counter.
I don't know why they say it's behind the counter.
Right.
Because then you have people that are shy to cannot then that be that person lingering around. So if pharmacies, it's probably you see that person that's in the store and you're like, why are they just lingering around? What's going on? It's because there's a line at the pharmacy and you don't want to ask for certain things with people waiting in line watching. Yeah. So
thank you for asking.
I got 50 million questions.
There's one more. I know you got 50 million questions, but I just want to ask just one more question and one more question. I don't even know what I just said.
Okay.
But we ain't even gonna get into that. But the point of there being so much PrEP medication and you got the PrEP, you got the Plan B situation. Do you think that is there actually a cure? Because if we could prevent it and stop it.
So they haven't said it, but they're working on it.
But what do you think? Like personally,
I definitely
and this
think,
is a personal.
So I don't know if you guys have been following like the news. So and recently, someone who was positive actually got cured. So this was like the third or fourth person. The person, I think they had a bone marrow transplant or something like that, and after that bone marrow transplant, they seroconverted. How, I don't know. I believe that there is a cure. I believe that.
I think so too. I've heard rumors that Magic Johnson, you know, you gotta have money to have the cure and all that other stuff.
I'm not sure about
all right.
all of that.
So are you ready? I'm gonna try to zoom through these questions, and you can just go. This is how it happened. Go. Yes, no. Okay, you ready?
Shoot.
So tell us how you became positive.
So I became positive through heterosexual sex.
Okay.
And
was it just someone you was dating? Was it a monogamous relationship?
It was a monogamous relationship that I was in for 3 years.
Okay.
Very abusive relationship. I actually had to flee my country to get away from my abuser. And
where are you from?
San Martin.
Oh.
Originally.
Okay.
Yeah. And I found out that I was positive when I was 19.
Wow.
I was 19 years old.
So, you know, like I mentioned Magic Johnson real quick. We all know from years ago that he came out that he is openly HIV positive as well, which I'm sure was hard on him, hard on you, anyone. Have you met at some point? Because you are a coach. So did you ever think, like, I would love to do a project with him?
Crazy thing is, not most of him, but his wife,
Cookie.
Because I think that he is what he is because of her strength, because of her resiliency, because of her wanting to know and not giving up on him. So I admire him, and he has always been an inspiration to me. But to me, she's actually on my vision board. I would love to meet Cookie Johnson.
All right.
And sit down and have a conversation with her. Yes.
Nice.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, when you... Oh, nope. Next one. Do you get upset when someone assumes that you have AIDS? Because it's two different things.
It is two separate things, and I don't. Again, I welcome all ignorance, because ignorance is, like I said, there's some stigma derives from fear, misconception, ignorance, cultural differences, language barriers.
True.
So, like, this is, the list goes on and on and on. So I welcome it because it gives me an opportunity to actually have a conversation with that person, and also to shed my knowledge and understanding, and hopefully they can have once they leave my presence, they have a different outlook and a different view and perspective of what a positive person look like, or even what a positive person is.
Right. So what made you decide to be an advocate? Were you inspired by someone else, or did you feel like this is something that you needed to do?
So, quick little story. When I was diagnosed, I was referred to an organization. At the time, it was called Haitian Women's Program. Here I am, this fragile 19-year-old. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself, with my life. In my mind, my life is over. Do you know how many times I attempted suicide? Like, I did not want to live. I did not see the reason to live. But God had a bigger purpose, and he had a higher purpose. Yes, I curse like a Scylla, but I do believe in a higher power. And my caseworker at the time, her name is Simone Ross. I don't know if she's watching, but she always supports everything that I do. She poured into 19-year-old me, and she sent me to Chickatelli and NDRI, and I got HIV one-on-one classes. So she wanted me to understand what was happening in my body.
Right.
And then in that moment, I was like, okay, I know what I got to do. I didn't do it until recently, but I knew what I had to do. I had to go to group therapy, and the group therapy that I was in, it wasn't someone that looked like me. It was somebody else from a different race, different color, and there was no relations. Like, we couldn't relate.
Right.
We had a shared diagnosis, but that was it. Like, you didn't know my struggles. You didn't know what I was going through. And I keep going to these group sessions, and I'm like, I can't do this. So when I finally became openly about who I am and what I am. I wanted to change the narrative. I wanted to change what the face of HIV looked like. And I also wanted to give women hope and inspiration and let them know that we are trained and conditioned to, we're positive, okay, we're going to go to HASA and they're going to pay our rent and we're going to get food stamps benefits and don't do shit, just live in misery.
Right.
No. There's so much more outside of that. I want to help them take that money, live, but build while you're living.
Right.
Don't stay complacent and be happy with just the bare minimum. There's so much more to life, and there's life attached to your lives. Just like there's lives attached to mine.
Right.
When you tell your story, you're not telling your story for yourself or to get praise. You're telling your story to help free other people.
Other people. Yep. That's dope. Dang. I'm so bad. I'm like, dang, why am I on 2 hours right now? Okay. So, do you feel like being openly positive works for you or against you sometimes?
Oh, definitely for me.
Okay.
Definitely for me. I think
because there's a lot of
so much more doors and opportunities that's happening for me now. Remember in the beginning I said about being intentional and mindful.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rewind. The reason why I became openly positive is because I was in a hard place in my life.
Okay.
I was homeless with my 2 children for 2 years. 2017, 2018. And I was like, people think to the world, looking at me, like when I'm saying the world, I'm talking about the people who know me.
Right.
Or who think they know me. I have this perceived perfect life. I didn't. I was suffering in silence. And it was like one decision after another. It's like I was doing everything right, yet everything wrong was happening. And I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
And again, this pink elephant in a room, I was tired of being that. I was tired of going into places and you two over there talking and saying stuff about me and I'm way over here in a corner. I was tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was really tired of it. So I just went on Facebook Live.
And just said, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta clap for that because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot.
It does.
It takes a lot. And I mean, being openly positive is just like, okay, let's just get this out the way. It is what it is. But I know, like, day to day, it's not easy. Do you think that you are judged? Or do you know you are being judged? If so, how do you handle it?
If I am, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about past tense, like in any cases where you felt like you have been judged.
Like I have, it wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't a good feeling because, so they have this saying that says like a mirror. Let's use a mirror for instance, right? When you look into a mirror, you're seeing your reflection, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever you project in front of the mirror, that's what's going to be reflected on back to you. Mm-hmm. I wasn't comfortable with me. I wasn't happy with me. I had my own self-inflicted stigma and doubt, and it reflected itself back to me because that's what I put out into the world. I was insecure about myself. I was insecure about who I was. I wasn't steadfast and strong and my calling. I was just, whatever. I worked at a restaurant in 2014 and someone who I trusted, I told, and the next thing you know, it was spread throughout the whole restaurant. And now people who's coming, they don't want me to serve them or they don't want me to, they're saying all these things.
Oh, dang.
And that moment, because I wasn't comfortable and confident, I quit my job.
Wow.
And that was a cycle. So at one point, you have to say to yourself, you're going to either own this thing, and when you own it, like own it for real, own all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's what's going to help you to propel to the next level.
You're right. That's crazy. Okay. So do you hold meetings and programs? Because I know you say you're a coach. So do you hold?
Now, so I don't hold any for myself personally, but that's in the works.
Okay.
That's definitely in the works. When I do get my schedule and calendar together, I'm definitely going to let you know about it. But I do have a women group that I do for the organization that I work for in New Jersey, Team Management. Yes, I have a Circle of Sisters women group, and I teach, encourage, inspire, and uplift these women every Friday.
Every Friday?
Yeah.
Every Friday, same location, same time?
Same location, same time. But you have to be a part of that program.
Now, how does one become a part of that program?
You gotta go to Team Management and sign up.
How does someone sign up?
It's on Broad Street, so it's 972 Broad Street North, New Jersey. I also do groups for high schools and at like Talk, which is a parole program. So people who are on parole, men who are on parole, I educate them as well. So how do you cope with being HIV positive and ridding the negative energy? Would that solely be coaching, or just you feel like for
just from
myself
spreading
or for
awareness for yourself?
So for myself, I do a list of things.
Okay.
There's prayer in there. There's meditation. I have a mindfulness check-in. It's a book, actually, that I do. I check in with myself. I try to stay present and be intentional and being in the moment, because I feel like as a people, we don't know how to do that.
Right.
We, people of color, like this, we were programmed and conditioned to be a certain way, do a certain thing, get up, go to work, come home, take care of the kids, to get a husband, to get a house, and you have no time for self. And yeah, I don't do that. I take my time for myself.
You have to. Oh my gosh, it's like, we in New York, so you gotta take time out for yourself sometimes. I mean, it's hard, because it is expensive as hell here, but
it is.
Outside of that, you have to give yourself time.
And as far as ridding myself of negative energy, I sage and Palo Santo. Yes, I do. I believe in all of that. I believe in that spiritual wash. So I teach my ladies about, they love when I do that. So a spiritual wash is when you can do it anywhere. You can do it now. You can do it on your drive. Well, not really on your drive. You have to be still. You can't be moving. So I do it on my drive because I'm not the one driving. I do it on the bus.
So shotgun drive.
Right. So you can do it wherever you are. What it is you close your mind, right? You try to shut it off, and you imagine yourself under a waterfall or under a shower, just washing away any and everything that you want to rid yourself of. You could do that as many times of the day as you want, and you just recite positive affirmations and positive things to yourself. So you replace those negative stuff with positive ones.
You know what?
Again, that mirror challenge, that's a true thing. Try standing up in front of the mirror and literally looking at yourself in the eye. The first time I did it, I couldn't. Now I can. It boosts confidence. It boosts your self-esteem, and it also boosts the way how you want people to see you. Because
and what's the name of that wash one more time?
The spiritual wash. It's a mindfulness spiritual wash.
Not trying to be funny, in all seriousness, I feel like I need to do that at work tomorrow. Have a spiritual wash.
So I'm going to screenshot the instructions on how to do it, and what you should do, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Shots fired to my job. Hopefully nobody from work is listening. If you are, that means you're cool because you're in on where I'm at. But, you understand sometimes, you just need that. I need that.
You do. And
like counting to 3, counting to 10 sometimes, no. Like, I need It's not a I need a timeout. It's more of a you need a timeout kind of thing. Whew. But anyway, I just had to say that really quick because once you said that, I felt it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna try this tomorrow. So, what can someone with AIDS or HIV do that the world feels that they cannot?
Oh boy. Well, the world feel like we can't have sex. The world feel like we can't have kids. The world feel like we shouldn't be among the masses. Like we should just go hide and crawl under our rock.
Yeah.
Once we become positive. And
yeah.
To me, I can't really say what I really want to say because my children's listening. But
that means you're supposed to go away real quick. Cover your ears, eyes, whatever.
We definitely, as y'all can see, we definitely can have sex.
Okay.
As long as we protect ourselves and protect our partners. Because, yeah, y'all know what we got, but we don't know what y'all got.
Right.
Oh, that's real talk. Oh,
That is real talk.
Like, right? Like, you know what I got, but I don't know what you got. I don't know your medical record. I don't got your medical history. So, with that being said, let me set the record straight. Any man, and I'm going to say this, any and every man that I've ever been with, they all know my status. I don't play them games. I did not and never wanted to be that woman that was on Missing whatever that TV show is that you can't find. I'm looking for my... Yes, I never wanted to be that woman. Never.
So, I'm going to try to get to one shit stirring topic. Just one. But before I do, for those that are tuning in and or watching, what words of encouragement do you have for them? So anyone that's listening and watching in regards to being HIV positive and, you know, your words have encouraged them thus far with answering all the questions on how to deal with things and, you know, got an openly positive coach right here, you know, openly positive on Instagram and also
www.openlypositive.com, Miiz Misha 721 on Instagram.
And if you can't remember that, just go to Live with Taji and you there.
Yes.
So what words of encouragement do you have for someone that has...
That's positive?
Yes.
You're not alone. Like, just know that you're not alone. And know that once you free yourself from the shackles that the world have placed on you and that you have also placed on yourself, there's a whole new world of freedom, love, light, and positivity after you cross that threshold. And know that I'll be here to hold your hand and guide you through victory. Because my acronym for HIV is Healing Ignites Victory.
That's good.
So heal, because it's going to ignite your victory.
Nice. Now, do you give words of encouragement for those that live outside of New York? Like, what if there's someone in Cali that...
I'm a phone call away. I have Go meetings. I have Zoom. Whatever platform you want to connect on, we could do that. Just recently, a friend of mine, he reached out to me because he came across someone who was a client of his who was recently diagnosed. And he was like, Miiz, can you talk to her for me real quick? And we made a connection, and now I'm helping her, guiding her through her process, and praying for her as well, because it can be lonely. It can be lonely because you have the mindset of you're in this alone and nobody understands, and that's not the truth.
Right. So what's next for Misha? Any events coming up?
No events coming up just
what
yet.
You mean?
However,
here we go.
However, I am working on my workbook, Sabria. You hear this?
Ooh.
So, Miss Sabria, Image Matters, she is my web designer, my guru and go-to for anything graphics anything branding, yes, I'm putting in a shameless plug. And we're actually working on my workbook. So it's my workbook / a little bit about myself and my journey, where I've been, what I've done. So yes, that's coming soon.
Okay. Dope. And please tell me your social media platforms again.
Yes, Miiz Misha, MIIZ MISHA 721, openly positive, and Miiz Misha 721 on Facebook group www.openlypositive.com, and yay.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into a quick shit stirring topic. All right. Here's one. Is it okay for your significant other to leave the house without you smelling extra good?
Disrespectful.
What?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Disrespectful.
Is it okay for your significant other? So, you know, you may have one, you may not. If you don't, if you was to have a significant other at this moment, he leaves the house, he's not with you, you're not with him, and he's smelling hella good. Is that okay?
My eyebrows gonna go up. I'll be like, where we going?
Nowhere.
Where we going?
Where we going?
We not doing this.
Because you know that cologne.
Or the extra, I'm gonna get some cologne.
I'm getting you didn't answer my single question. Yes, I am single.
Oh, shoot.
I am single.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, where we going? You right.
Yeah,
where we going?
What does that mean?
But then it's like once that extra cologne or extra perfume is on, you can't rub that off.
That's what I'm saying. Where we going? You ain't leaving out the house smelling like that without me.
I know, right?
That first of all, my radar's gonna go up. Mhm. What you think, Taji?
Listen, I say that often anyway. I be like, "Word, who you smelling good for?" And he'll be like, "Myself." And I'll be like, you going to work smelling like that? But you know, he's a cologne fanatic. I'm a perfume fanatic. So it's like either way, you know, it is. But like when you smelling like hella, not extra good, I should have said hella good.
But do you really want the truth?
Yes.
Oh, God.
like, do you really want the truth? Like, yo, there's a shorty that just started this week.
Oh, boy.
And she been giving me the extra eye. Like, you pull the glass down.
Shorty, did you tell Shorty that you were married?
I did, but she didn't care.
Oh, word. So she disrespectful? And you being double disrespectful.
Well, not really, because if she was disrespectful, she was double, I'm triple. Like, so you already messed up. Because you didn't even give me the right category. Like, for real. So, it's like, well, she said she liked the cologne, so I'm going to spend 8 hours on her, so I'm going to give her the extra spray.
He's so disrespectful.
Yeah, the crazy part is that I talk hella shit. So don't even mind me. Like I just take it to the next level. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. But I will take it there. Hypothetically speaking, I could stir some shit.
Yeah.
I'll be
like, all right, let's try to get one more because we got like 5 minutes. Do you think it's okay? And I know you said your kids was watching, so they probably like.
All right, guys, good night.
No, they can watch this part.
Know.
They can watch this part, but they probably like, they probably gonna be, on you because of me. So I'm apologizing ahead of time.
Okay.
Do you think it's okay to give an 11-year-old an iPhone 11?
Of course.
No.
I'm sorry, my bad.
My sons have Samsung phones. Nobody has iPhones.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think that they just text me.
Where's my iPhone?
I know. That's why I was like, I apologize in advance. One more, and then we out. You could do your shout outs, and we done for 10 o'clock. What age is it okay to give a child a gift that's over $300?
Oh my God. But what age? Well, I think
like 16.
To be honest, I think to give them a gift of $300.
Yeah, at least that's over 300.
Well,
so like $350. You know.
To be honest with you,
they have to be responsible.
Are you gonna get in trouble for answering this one?
Give them gifts, not money. Not
right.
money.
Not money.
Well, I think at Christmas time, I spent that on each of my kids or more.
What age do you think it's okay? Is it 8, 9, 10, 13?
My kids now are 10 and 13.
Right.
So my son had his first phone at 10. But I had to do that because I'm a single mom.
Right.
So, but he didn't get an iPhone. And as far as $300 or more,
well, I mean, a phone. Let's just take the phone out because that's to me. I feel like that's a necessity.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have. But by the time you pay the contract up and all of that, it's basically that amount.
Their games right now, so they have like a Nintendo Switch and they have a game and all that. So that alone is like damn near $300. It is.
So what age is okay? You gonna say 10 or 9?
I'm not. Well.
Or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5.
I'm gonna go with 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all heard that here from Misha. 7.
Cause I feel we spend that on our kids regardless. We do.
I mean, it's because, there's things where you have to get. But, sometimes it's like, oh, can I get those Gucci slippers?
Oh, no.
Or can I get that MCM bag? Like that, yeah.
My kids are not into name brands, so when I'm thinking that kind of money, we're really thinking about, like, games. Because I have boys. I don't have girls. And I never indulge into... he going in.
Ooh,
we never indulge into name brand stuff. So my kids they don't even know what Jordans or ACGs or none of that stuff is. They don't know. I don't do that. I'm not that parent. I'm sorry. You know what my motto is? I want to be rich in the bank and look broke as hell. Yeah. I don't want to be looking rich and I ain't got a dime in my bank account. No.
I got you. So let's do your shout outs.
So I want to shout out to everybody that was listening. Kevin, Chris, Erica, Sabria, and everybody else that was listening. Thank you everybody. Rashad and Nathaniel, Mommy loves you. Mommy, I love you. Thank you for watching all the way from St. Martin. Thank you. And to everybody, thank you. Yes. Deborah. Thank you for the hookup with
Deborah,
Taji.
short hair don't care.
I appreciate you.
MLK weekend. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all, I recently posted on Live with Taji page, Short Hair Don't Care. So y'all better get your tickets for that. And I'm going to see you there on MLK Day.
Yes, you are.
Right. So I'm going to be at the Brooklyn, Jersey, and Long Island location. And if y'all want to know more information about that, y'all can just follow SHDC Tour. So that's S as in Sam, Henry, I was about to say Dick, but David, Carol, Tour. like Richard. Never mind. Y'all just went left. But SHDC Tour, or you could just go to Live with Taji and it's there. Bam. All right.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure we will stay connected other than MLK Day.
Absolutely.
And shout out to the listeners on WEMS Radio. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We got Prophet Radio 6 to 8, followed by Lulu the Sexpert 8 to 10. Yeah. And shout out to all the new shows that's coming on board WEMS. 7 to 8. No, back to 6 to 7. We had I Am Perspective. Make sure you follow them. 7 to 8, we had Speak It by May I Speak. And dang, we got you coming up Friday. We got Jay, our engineer. Wildcat Wrestling Rap. Yeah. All right. So tune in for that.
Do it real quick.
Wildcat
Jay, Troy.
Wait. Don't do it yet. We got to do that as an ending and then we out. That's the ending. That's the end.
Okay.
All right. And then we got Comedian Catch coming through. Hubby, he's a comedian. And shout out to the
he came in with the
inspiring
jokes
comedians
tonight.
and then some. Shout out to Jeff that's in the building with us, but y'all can't see him. You know, you're like, where is Taji looking at? Where we all looking at? You know, we got Jeff in the building. Shout out to you. And again, thank you for tuning in every Tuesday night live with Taji. Oh, and real quick, I have a Linktree link on my Live with Taji page. Please donate or join my team in regards to the Heart Association Run and Walk, March 7th. We're going to get into that a whole nother day because today was about Misha, but I can relate in a similar situation when you are diagnosed with something and something that is major, which is heart disease, which is what I have. But that's a whole nother. So go to Live with Taji, join my team, the HDRs, the heart disease runners, okay? And March 7th is the run and walk, and stay tuned for more. We out, and we got Jay. You gonna take Live with Taji out?
Yeah, WEMS Radio. We just finished Live with Taji. Oh, you want me to turn the mic?
Yeah, turn the mic up, yo.
Turn the mic.
I
need it.
Oh, excuse me.
Nah, because I'm like.
He got a new look, and he like, I don't even need a mic.
Like Jay Troy is lit. Like this.
Look at him. He gotta pull up his sleeve. Hold on, wait. I gotta put this on my snap right quick.
Wow, and all that. Yo, come on, bro. You gotta give it all of us.
Ready?
Yo, we live with Taji on WEMS Radio. I'm your boy, the Wildcat J. Troy. We signing out. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
That was nice.